Good evening. I hope everybody's having a great, fantastic, and insightful evening. We're gonna play some Spellforce. As the title would say on the stream, it is a strategy game. I swear, it is an actual strategy game. Just ignore the fact that there's so many different RPG stats on the screen. So, it's... well, this guy here. Body is male. Oh god. We're an old man. An old man. And we have to choose our specialization, abilities, and stats, and so on. Light armor, quick weapons, and armor. Real movement in high levels with dexterity abilities acquired. Oh god, this is loud. Give me a minute. Ah! This is actually very loud. I got tricked. I got tricked and I should be lowering the sound a little bit. There we go. I need to restart the music whenever I tap. Sweet. White magic, elemental magic, mind magic, charisma and intelligence, black magic, or heavy arms. Well, let's do some mind magic. Why not? Enchant. Oh god, there's more specializations. Oh man. So Spellforce is an hybrid between an RPG and an RTS, if it doesn't become rather obvious. It helps to control the enemies and use them for purposes. Mind control sounds good. So what do I need? Very high charisma and relatively high intelligence. Okay. No. Some stamina might be good. No. Intelligence and charisma. Get some charisma, some intelligence. Some wisdom too. Let's get 5. There you go. Enchantment. Yeah, I think that should be fine. So the convocation is a big...
13 mages.
Yeah, they're going to explain it.
Driven by the greed for divine power. And under the bondage of the circle, their armies unleashed death and destruction. Bonded with the power of ancient runes. Cursed to eternal life and eternal death. Until the last day of the old era had dawned.
Oh, they are the big humans. And orcs. This is not Warcraft, by the way. It wasn't obvious. There's a big great tower.
So have you come to witness the day of my ultimate triumph, poor old man?
That's some good facial animations.
To witness your downfall.
For 2003, 2004? This is actually pretty good.
You cannot win. The convocation is a lie. It will destroy all of us.
So,
Oh, Mage is going hand to hand. Weak.
you shouldn't have come. You really think I care a fig for your whimpering?
Oh, he's very floaty. And boom. Separation between the humans. Oh, there's a... Oh, grab you guys. Oh, never mind. Off he goes. Lava plum. Human force is being decimated. Boom. The book. It's gonna get crushed below a pillar. Or rather, no, it's gonna fall off. And you made it supposed to like levitate or something, or doesn't apply to every fantasy? Oh, this is so cliche. Come on. This is a really good way to sell the setting, huh? Old man. Your book. You have to return it to the library or you're gonna get to pay extra fees. You'll return it soon. I just tell you who won. Spellforce 1. Here we go. Game, please. I know this game is so old. Oh god. Okay, there we go. Here we are, back in 2003. Walk in a single line and get shot. Tahira.
Rowan sent us. He needs the power of the Rune Warriors. The Northern Realms are in danger.
Rowan knows I will never serve a Circle Mage again. My powers are exhausted. I have seen quite enough misery and bloodshed. Rowan will have to look for somebody else.
That somebody else is gonna be us.
That's why he sent us. A very special rune lies concealed somewhere in these lands. We're here to search for it.
Oh god.
But we were attacked and Lev is wounded. He needs your help. We need your help.
Then I hardly have any choice. Very well. I will help you. Where is Lev?
I lost sight of him somewhere behind the gate there. I hope he's still alive. These damned orcs.
Whoa.
I'll look for him. You
They
stay
spell
here
orcs
and I
with
hide.
K.
Thank you, Tahira. It's good to have you back with us.
I guess there's some Tolkien-ish in... Oh, there we go. Your quest log has...
Welcome to the world of Spellforce.
Oh, we get to play as Tahira before ourselves. Okay, cool.
In this prologue, we will explain the game to you.
Oh, the
Let's
scrolling
start
speed
with
is
some
rather...
general information.
Give me a moment. The scrolling speed is abysmal.
The name of the main character
There we go.
in the prologue is Tahira. She is a combination of fighter and sorceress. From now on, we will refer to the main character as the Avatar.
Okay. And some berries over here.
Once you've solved the prologue, the
Fine
game
stone.
will continue with the avatar you selected before starting the game.
Fair enough. You're playing the product, so we get to
You
know
will
how
hold
the
the
game
mouse pointer
works.
over a button or an object. A help window with additional information will appear in the bottom left corner of the screen. When you are asked to click on something, this means a click with the left mouse button. We'll
Okay.
tell you about the right mouse button a little later in this
It's used to
presentation.
move, by the way. And you can use it to...
When you click the Options button in the upper right, you can save the game or change the game settings at any point in time.
It's called menu game. It's not options.
Now select your avatar by clicking on Tahira in the game world.
There we go. We got Tahira. Inventory, assign formation, claim monument.
Very good. You can move the view with either the cursor keys or with the mouse by holding down the right mouse button. You can also adjust the view by moving the mouse pointer to the appropriate edge of the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sounds good.
A selected unit is marked with a colored ring. Your own units have a green ring. Enemy units a red, and neutral or allied units a blue ring.
Blue ring. Oh god, I can really zoom out.
In the lower left, you can see the currently selected units and some additional information such as name, health condition, and amount of mana.
Yeah. The health and the money is up here.
You can select your avatar at any time by clicking on the portrait button in the upper left corner of the screen.
Oh, over here.
By clicking on the portrait button with the right mouse button, the view will be moved to the appropriate unit.
Cheating.
Move Tahira down the path to the east and through the open stone gate to the Bindstone, a large boulder, by clicking the right mouse button next to it.
Over here. Come on, Tahira. Tahira. I will mention that I did play Spellforce before. I played Spellforce 3 like relatively a bit earlier
The Bindstone
this year.
offers the avatar
Not on
the
stream.
ability to connect his rune with this place. Should he perish, he will appear in the last Bindstone used. Enemies are able to sever the connection to a Bindstone if they attack it, thus causing you to lose one active Bindstone.
Lose is misspelled, is it not?
Select the Bindstone with a click.
Yes. And here I can activate it. And now it's under my control.
At the bottom edge of the screen, you will find the action bar. A new symbol for activate this Bindstone should have appeared there. Click on that symbol.
It's done. I turned it on
Bindstone
like a light
button
switch.
is now active. You are now bound to this Bindstone.
Started tapping around the stone and like found the light switch and say, "Go now! It's on, baby."
In the lower right, you will find the overview map. Black areas have not yet been explored and are automatically uncovered when you approach them with units.
The minimap.
Avatar has a greater view radius,
Uh-huh.
so he will uncover a larger area.
I'm just gonna wait for all the text. Also, we have
The
so many
dots on the
monsters.
overview map are in different colors. Green dots represent your own units, red enemy and blue neutral or allied units or buildings. A few special objects, such as monuments, are marked in yellow.
Yeah, I can see that.
Continue along the path to the east.
This is my room
Spellforce
power.
offers you the option of witnessing the events of the game from different views, including the third-person perspective, where you see the action from a position directly behind and slightly above your avatar.
Yeah? How can I access that camera? I don't
To
remember.
change the view,
Oh.
press the page up key to zoom in and the page down.
That is
key to
actually
zoom
pretty
out,
cool.
Or simply turn the mouse.
Oh, and I can... Oh, that's... I forgot about this.
By moving the mouse wheel downwards or pressing page
I can
down,
control with...
the camera will zoom out into an almost vertical perspective.
With WASD. That is actually pretty cool.
Now, when you move the mouse wheel upwards or press page up, you will see the normal isometric views from different distances.
And I can be very thorough.
Now change to the third-person perspective by zooming in closer. This is only possible if your avatar is inside the field of view.
And before somebody says press space, I cannot jump. There's no
From the
jumping.
third-person perspective, you can control your avatar directly with the cursor keys or with the A, D, S, and W keys. If you hold down the right mouse button, you can change the view direction. Otherwise, operating Spellforce in this perspective is identical with the isometric view.
Mm-hmm. That's actually pretty cool.
Follow the path in third-person perspective toward the east to the next stone gate.
See, things like these kind of pique my interest when playing like different game series, because it's like, has this been explored enough? Hello, I made it.
You can change to the third-person perspective anytime during the game, but for now, we will assume you will be using the isometric view.
It means during playtesting, testers liked isometric
Back to
below
normal
before
isometric view with the mouse
that view.
button.
There we go. Oh, there's a
The
little
enemy
goblin.
is lurking around the next corner. He isn't very dangerous. When you hold the mouse pointer over him, a bar will show you his health condition.
Yeah. Can I go and punch him now?
Select your avatar and click with the right mouse button on the goblin. Your avatar will attack the goblin.
Oh, he's
As soon
clubbing
as
him.
defeated, we will continue.
Also, let me lower a bit the music sound. It's a bit too loud. Actually, I'll put it a bit higher. It's maybe no, I'll leave it like that.
The goblin's corpse will light up, which indicates that he was carrying an object with him.
Loot.
You can now take possession of this object.
He has a Lemurian shield. Connection with any magic
Take up a
ability to.
position close to the dead goblin and click on the corpse with the right mouse button. You can then see what object the goblin had with him on the left-hand edge of the screen. Click on the shield to take it with you. It will be automatically added to your inventory.
Yes, this game has an inventory system. It's
The
gonna...
shield increases your avatar's armor class when you are carrying it. With a higher armor class, you lose fewer life points when an opponent hits you with a weapon.
Mhm.
To open your inventory, click on the backpack symbol in the action bar.
Is that a
Which can
backpack?
be found on the bottom of the screen. A window will open, and on the left you can select the different categories of your inventory.
I'm blind as a
Click on the
bat.
round symbol, which stands for equipment.
There you go. So we have our general stats over here. We have equipment. We have a spell
On
book.
the left, you now see the unused equipment.
Yeah.
In the middle, the objects your avatar is currently using, and on the right, your character's current data. We'll deal with this data later.
Okay.
To equip your avatar with the shield,
Can I
you
read?
must first pick it up
Okay.
with the mouse. Click on the shield and then click on the free section for the left hand beside the torso.
There you go. Now we have a shield. 15 armor
Now
class.
close the inventory with a click on the backpack
Tahira's
or the
ring.
check mark in the lower right of the
Tahira's
view,
room.
or by simply pressing I again.
Quest log, plans, room board. Okay. There we go. Or press escape. Then you close it
In
too.
the upper left-hand corner, you can see a clickable portrait of the avatar. We call these buttons portrait buttons. The green bar in the portrait indicates the character's health. When the character is injured, it will change color from green to yellow to red, depending on the severity of the injury. When the character has no more life points, he perishes.
Mhm.
Your avatar's life points will, however, regenerate with time.
Indeed they do.
The blue bar represents mana, magic energy.
The goblin man over
When the
there.
character's mana reserves have been depleted, he cannot cast any more spells.
Indeed.
Mana is also replenished with time. Follow the path through the next stone gate until you have reached the wounded Lev.
And along the way, we have a goblin marauder. And since we have higher armor class, we're gonna take less damage. Boom. 5, 3, 3. Dead. This goblin marauder had no loot, so we can keep moving. Until we find a wounded Lev. Oh, this guy over here. As I said, it has like a lot of complexity for like a strategy game with RPG elements. For its time, at least.
Into a dialogue, a symbol will float above the character. If this person is relevant to the main quest, it will be an exclamation mark. If the person is only relevant for optional side quests,
It
it
will
will
be-
be a question mark.
That is rather confusing, but okay, I'm used to the Warcraft
Select
system.
your avatar, approach Lev, and click on him with the right mouse button to begin the dialogue.
I should have stuck with my books.
Oh,
I hope
oh.
you haven't forgotten your healing arts, Tahira. Help me.
Help me.
Please heal me.
Healer, please heal me. Since I think I'm forced to heal
You have a
him.
healing
Yeah.
spell at your disposal. If you wish to use a magic spell, there are two possibilities.
Okay.
The simplest possibility is offered by the click and fight system. To use this, select Lev. Under your avatar's portrait button, all meaningful actions for the selected target will appear.
Mm-hmm.
The blue hand is the symbol for the healing spell. Click on the symbol to heal Lev.
What is the next one? The next possibility, is it this one? The one that I have to click here? I guess I will have to go this way. It's now gonna tell me the other option now, right? Right? I have to heal him twice for some
The
reason.
click and fight system can be used in the same way to launch damaging spells or melee attacks on hostile targets.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you select an enemy unit, appropriate hostile actions will be offered.
Okay.
The alternative to this is the classic method. Select your avatar, then click the healing spell in the action bar,
And that
and
heals
then
Lev a
click
bit
on
more.
Wounded Lev in the game world.
Just keep hitting Lev until he's topped off.
Speak to Lev again.
There you go.
I thank you, Tahira. Without you, I would have been lost. I thank Aonir that Kaile found you.
What happened anyway? You're seeking a rune?
Yes,
Oh,
a special rune.
They both have a chat box,
Rowan
okay?
is certain it must be somewhere in the ruins of Ankbrand. But the ruins are just swarming with orcs. We had to flee. Only Joshua managed to hide. Kaela knew where your house was. That's why we fought our way through to you. Please, you must help us.
You must help us.
All right. I will fetch your rune. You stay here and recover for a while.
As you command. Take good care, Tahira. Here, this spell scroll. I captured it from one of the orcs. Maybe it will be of some use to you. Keep following the trail. Perhaps you'll run across Joshua
Perhaps.
somewhere. May the gods grant that he is still alive.
Lev, you could just come with me, you know?
Thanks for healing me.
That's, Scroll of Fireball, level 3, 1. Spellbook.
Once you have collected a specific number of experience points, your avatar will move up one level, will become stronger, and will be able to learn new skills. You receive experience points by defeating opponents and successfully solving quests.
Indeed. So,
When you die, you lose a small amount of experience points every time.
that is going to suck.
Next, your avatar should learn the magic spell you have just received.
Okay.
Open your inventory and click on the symbol for Spellbook.
Right here. We're already on the tab, okay. 3, 6,
On
7,
the
8,
left,
9,
you
10.
will see the inventory for magic spell scrolls. On the right, your spellbook, and above it, the so-called magic memory, with 9 free spaces at the current moment.
There's 10. Game.
Click on the scroll in the inventory to place it on the mouse pointer. Then click any free space in your spellbook.
Okay. Got Fireball, a level 3 one.
You now have transferred a new spell into your spellbook. You can enter any number of spells into your spellbook, but you can only simultaneously memorize and use 10 of those magic spells in your magic memory.
Oh, it said 9 free spaces. Oops. My bad.
Learn the Fireball magic spell by clicking on the Fireball symbol in your spellbook, and then click on any free space in
Do you
your
have
magic
enough
memory.
Magicka for it? Yeah, I do. Okay. Magicka, sorry. Mana.
Now close your inventory. Follow the path until you see the Minotaur.
Oh, over there. Minotaur good on level 3. So we have a Fireball and healing. So I guess the game is gonna be like cast Fireball on this guy and say, okay. Hello.
Use the Fireball spell to defeat the Minotaur.
Is it a single target or is it a... Or it has a dot component as well. That's pretty brutal.
Many creatures are partially or completely resistant to specific types of magic. Your avatar can also use rare objects found in the course of the game to protect himself better from magic attacks.
Indeed.
Behind the next gate, a fire elemental creature awaits for you. This creature is completely resistant to your fire magic. Continue along the path.
Continue along the path. Please die. Needed high damage, yeah.
Try to use your magic spell against the fire elemental creature. If a creature has resisted a magic spell, you will see white bouncing sparks. After this, defeat the fire elemental creature in close combat.
Oh, that's a dingly do environmental over here. Yeah, it will spark and now it's gonna spew.
It's an ambush.
It's an ambush. You went and casted fireball on it. It's not an ambush. Okay.
Beware.
At least he's not doing as much damage. Kaboom. The fire elemental got something.
Fire
Oh,
elemental was carrying a hero's rune and 4 objects. Take possession of these.
there you go. Get possession of 4 of it.
Besides your main character, you now have up to 5 heroes at your disposal. The heroes are your strongest allies and may have magic powers.
Yeah, so you actually have like an assortment of.
The hero's rune you just
Runes.
found represents a skilled long-range fighter. The rune establishes the hero's characteristics and abilities.
And I use the monument to call
In the
them.
course of the game, you will find more runes and also replace some of the older runes. To summon a hero, you must use the hero's rune in your rune table, which you always have with you, and then find the hero's monument for the summoning procedure.
Got the runes over here.
Open your inventory and go to the category Rune board.
Yep, right here. And it tells you the stats and everything.
On the left side, you will see your currently unused runes, and on the right, the runes entered in the Rune board. In the upper half of the rune table, you will find the spaces for the hero's runes, and below the spaces for workers' runes, subdivided into light and dark traces.
This is actually really important, and it will come to play later.
Depending on which level your avatar has, you can apply up to 5 runes at once. Click on the rune of the hero and place it in one of the empty fields of the rune tablet located at the top.
Done. Done deal.
Now you will have to arm the hero. You should have received a bow, a dagger, and 2 pieces of armor. Go into the inventory and select the category Equipment.
Oh, over here. I can equip them from here. Interesting.
On the right side of the window, you will now see 2 portraits. Select the lower portrait and give your hero the 4 new objects from the left side of the inventory.
A cloth
The bow must
cumbersome.
go into his left hand. That's the space on the right-hand side.
Like this.
If your avatar or a hero cannot use an object, it will be marked with a red background. Close your inventory.
Oh, it's not allowed on that hand. Okay, cool. So you have to be the other way around. Stop for the left hand. If the right hand is carrying a two-handed weapon, this is disabled. Okay, cool. So you can carry out.
Follow the path to the Great Monument. This is the hero's monument.
Activate it. Turn on the light on that runestone. Can kill the dogs. Activate the monument on which grown
Right up
units.
to the
Yeah.
hero's monument, select it and click on the rune symbol in the action bar.
Boom. And get Drago out on the field.
Aside from the hero monument, the symbol of a hand appears in the selection window. You can inform yourself of the rune power of your avatar.
Here.
Every time you call upon a hero, or later on, even a worker, you lose a bit of your rune power, and calling upon them
Shall
takes
not
a bit
fail.
longer every time, too. Rune power regenerates itself automatically in the course of
Destiny
time.
awaits. Now. Now.
Now you can summon the
Quickly
hero.
now.
Select the monument and
Let's
click
go.
on the symbol for the hero in the action bar. After a few seconds, the hero should appear.
And the hero appeared. Now I have a fighter that has a bow
A
and
second portrait button
I'm
for your
ready.
new hero should now appear in the upper
a
left.
bit smaller.
You can now command the hero. If you want to select several units simultaneously, You can hold down the left mouse button in the game world and drag a frame around both characters.
Like
As
so.
soon as you release the left mouse
I'm ready.
button,
Like
the
so.
selection is established.
Yes.
You can combine combat units to form groups.
Yes.
To do this, select the units and click on one of the small buttons at the top of the screen in the middle, or hold down
my
the control key and select a number key from 1 to 6 for the respective group.
Also known as control groups.
Destiny
Once you have
awaits.
defined a group, a portrait button will appear at the top of the screen with the number of units in the group.
Right here.
The functionality of the portrait button is identical to your
Yes.
avatars. You can now very quickly select a group by clicking on the appropriate portrait button or pressing a number key from 1 to 6. Follow the path further toward the south.
Forwards. Now.
You have a fight with the
For the
undead
order.
ahead of you.
Yeah.
Together with your hero, you
I
can
have a melee and I have an archer here.
The lines must hold.
use your magic and defeat the undead.
So I can use fireball as well here.
We're under attack. Destiny.
Or I could just melee both of them.
Now.
It should be fine.
For the order. Rune warriors, stand by me.
I'm gonna fireball this skeleton bone over here. There you go.
Destiny awaits. Attack.
Kaburi. That delay between the spell hitting and the undead just
Follow me.
flopping over.
Forwards.
So passive.
Follow me.
Oh, it's a general over there.
Destiny awaits.
Oh, I don't have enough magic. Oh, this guy is super aggressive. Oh,
Stay with me, then.
that's Board of Pain. Eat fire.
It's an ambush.
You're okay, Tahira. Don't die. You're a-okay.
Destiny
Well
away
done.
now.
One of the undead was carrying a valuable gem.
Oh,
Take
I
it along with you.
can only carry one. Green jewel.
On my command, forwards.
Should you want to further test your fighting skills, turn north here. Otherwise,
Quickly
follow the
now.
path farther towards the south.
Let's do the optional stuff a bit. Because usually doing the optional stuff in RPGs and RTSs usually means better rewards. So this is the strategy part, by the way. So we're gonna do the north part a bit. And by a bit, it's not gonna be too long.
On
Boom.
my command. To adventure. For our near.
Does he have a move? No, he doesn't have a attack move.
Attack. I shall not fail.
Slappity slap slap. Although something that I didn't check properly. Does this game have game speed? Does not. Seems so. No, it doesn't have. Okay.
Now.
But adjusting game speed might be great. Because if I remember correctly, this game build speed can be relatively slow.
Follow me. At arms, men.
There are a couple of skelebones over here.
I'm ready. Beware. To adventure.
But then again, considering that Drago decided to just auto
At
shoot
arms, men.
one of the skelebones,
On my command.
I think it's safe to say that a moving would not be
Enemies
absolutely mandatory and required. So it seems that the fireball didn't hit the Minotauro, so
Rune warriors, stand by me.
we're gonna take some damage. Beast Spearman. These are orcs.
I shall not fail.
There's nothing much out of these Minotauros, so let's
Attack.
keep dealing with these people. I thought they would both lead to like somewhere interesting. Doesn't to be Doesn't seem to be the case.
Moon warriors.
That's your fireball over here. Also, I'm used to fireball being like an AoE spell. I guess on this game,
Me men.
just happens to be a single target spell. Like some other games will just call the single target version like Firebolt, and then Fireball being like the actual big ball of fire that just does massive AoE damage after it lands.
Into battle we go.
That's your Fireball.
Shall not fail. Freedom. We're under attack. Here.
For sure I'm gonna need some ranged or some big meaty tank.
Forwards.
So I killed all the enemies on the north. I don't see anything interesting. I was hoping to see some gear or something, but I guess that's not the case. So we are now in the RTS version, the RTS section of the game. Because I see a merchant, or rather, not the RTS part, rather the merchant part of the game. It's like a merchant, and I guess this counts as a small town. This is an RTS. I swear it's an RTS. It's a strategy game. I swear. That's workers. That's everything. It's an RTS strategy
Follow
game.
the path until you find the merchant.
I shall not
Merchants can be
To adventure.
identified by the rotating coin above their heads.
fail. Here. To adventure.
You can buy and sell all kinds of objects from a merchant.
Multiple objects. I can sell the green gem, right?
Go up to the merchant and speak to him by clicking on him with the right mouse button. A window will appear with the merchant's menu.
10 silver. How much silver do I get from this? 94 silver, 87 copper per item.
On the left of the menu, you will see your objects, and on the right, the merchant's objects. Your available money and the price of the selected objects are displayed in the middle.
Mhm.
100 copper coins make 1 silver coin, and 100 silver coins make 1 gold coin.
And if you forget this, you can just hover over here and it will tell you.
Objects in Spellforce are divided into 5 categories. The 5 symbols beside your inventory and the merchant's inventory will be dark if you or the merchant have no objects in this category.
Mm-hmm. Since I have no objects here and he doesn't have
You
any
want to
objects
sell
here.
the gem to get money for a purchase.
So we select the gem.
Select the lowermost symbol to open the category Quest and Value Objects. Click on the gem.
I can destroy it
The
too.
object
It's
you
neat.
are
Trash can
offering will be
everything.
marked green, and in the middle you will see the price the merchant wants to pay. Click on Sell.
It will sell for 94, so I have money now. And if I were to buy it,
Now
he will
you
sell
can
it for
buy
more.
something else with the money. Click on the Runes category and purchase the Human Worker rune.
And now we have human workers. Okay. And now we can.
Conclude the trade by
Yep.
clicking on the check mark on the lower left in the window or by pressing the Escape key.
Since we close that, now we have a human worker room board.
Open your inventory, select the category Rune Board, and place the Human Worker rune in the slot with the human portrait.
Right over
on the
here.
lower left of the Rune Board.
I shall not fail. Forwards. Follow me.
Close your inventory.
On my command. To adventure. Let's go.
Follow the path to the Bindstone.
Now we have another bindstone. Let's turn it on.
Follow me. Quickly now.
Select the Bindstone and activate it using the action bar.
Quickly now.
Should your character perish, you will not have to repeat the whole journey.
It's pretty much telling you this is a checkpoint. Probably get used to doing this.
You can travel from one Bindstone to another Bindstone you have already activated. To do this, select your avatar and go to the Bindstone. Click on it with the right mouse button and select your destination.
Tahira's house. Set
You
over
can
here.
try this out now if you want. When you are done, follow the path to the Human Monument.
Human monument. And now we have here the human monument. Right here.
Speak to Joshua, the man directly beside the monument.
Joshua, tell me what's wrong.
Tahira,
So the others found you?
No.
Yes, they're all well. Were you able to find out where the rune is, Joshua?
Not this.
In the orcs' camp. I think it is in possession of their leader.
You think?
Be careful. Those beasts are tough. You'll have to prepare yourself well. Once you've conquered them, bring the rune to me. I will turn it over to Master Rowan.
Quest logs has been updated. Where's my
You
quest
should
log?
now have received a quest. Open your inventory and select the quest book page.
There we go. The Lost Room. Destroy the first orc camp, destroy the second orc camp.
In the middle of the window, you will see all your current uncompleted quests.
Unsolved. No
And
interest.
on the right, a detailed view of the currently selected quests. You have received the quest, The Lost Rune. When you click on this quest, the individual steps of this quest will appear on the right.
Iron on
Already
fields,
completed
Sambudo
steps
here.
will be displayed darkened. When you hold the mouse pointer over one of these individual steps, a help window will additionally appear in the lower left in case you have forgotten something.
Yeah. This is actually pretty handy. I like this.
Close your inventory.
Okay.
Go to the monument, select it, and click on the rune symbol in the action bar.
And now we activated the human. So now we
The
have
moment
access to
you
humans.
occupy a worker monument, things get serious. Normally, when enemies discover your newly established settlements, they will do all they can to destroy you as quickly as possible.
Speed is
On
key.
this map, however, you can take your time.
So we need a forge and we need...
You can now summon human workers. Select the monument and click on the worker symbol in the action bar.
human worker.
The worker will appear in a couple of seconds. You may also click the symbol several times to order more workers. Produce at least 5 workers.
Let's get 5 workers. As the game tells me. And the more workers we summon, the longer it's gonna take because my room power is not up to top.
When you have selected the monument, you will see numbers indicating your population limitations below. The
Yeah.
upper number indicates how
My
many
workers.
workers of this race you currently have, and the maximum number you are allowed to have. At present, you can produce up to 20 workers. The maximum number of workers increases when you construct larger headquarters.
Indeed.
On
So-
the upper right, you will now find a portrait for human workers. The number indicates how many human workers are currently not doing a job. You can select a free worker with a click on the portrait button.
Idle worker button, that's actually pretty good, I like that.
Workers can collect different resources depending on their race. Human workers can chop trees, collect stone, or mine ore.
Mine ore.
To the left of the monument, you will find a stone quarry, and to the right, an ore deposit.
Ah, there's some.
The next forest is located to the west.
Ready to go.
You have workers collect a resource. Select one or more workers and then click with the right mouse button directly on a tree, a stone, or an ore deposit.
Let's get cracking
Only
then.
workers
Ready
may
to go.
figure in this
Off
selection.
to work. Here I am.
Let's get 2 of these, 2
On
of
the top
these.
edge of the screen,
we go.
you will see the amount of resources you already have
Yeah,
acquired.
wood, stone.
You can use resources to construct
Iron.
buildings or summon combat units to a monument.
Mm-hmm.
Select workers and send them with the right mouse button to chop down trees, collect stone and mine ore until you have at least 50 units of each of these 3 basic resources.
So we're gonna have to wait a bit. I don't have any idle workers, don't I? Yeah, no, I don't. So now we wait. This is the slightly slow part of the game. I think I don't take long, right? Oh, I get 10 units per. Oh, this is gonna take a while. I think mining ore takes a hefty amount of time. But now I have the time to just talk and ramble about for a little bit. Something that the game will probably point out later is these are the light races and these are the dark races. Light and dark races will fight against each other, and there's some missions later in campaign that this is very important to know. Because you will have to do some very intense juggling in order to defeat whatever happens to be on your way. I did play this game on hard, and a lot of situations were pretty rough on hard, which is why I'm just playing on normal. I usually play the games on normal because I have the slight suspicion that it was the intended way for the game to be played as like originally designed, and maybe on hard it was like, okay, you can ramp up a bit the difficulty and add like extra twists or something, so the player can actually get to know how to exploit the capability of their units to the maximum. But never to be too afraid to like play on easy or normal if you so desire. So at the end of the day, it's important that you have fun playing the game and not feel like it is a chore. So now you already have 50 stone, and I have
Time for work.
10 ore.
Destiny awaits.
Your orders?
I'm gonna
Very well. As good as done.
get more iron. Actually, no, I will keep one in stone.
My way. I'm on it.
It's just, I find Spellforce bizarre. Like it's an interesting setting with an interesting idea, with so many things that it going. I don't know. Like I cannot wrap myself seeing like, yeah, this is definitely it is a strategy game, but it has more RPG going on. So I don't know which way it was originally designed as, and then ended up being like this. It's an interesting game. That's why I'm playing it on stream. It's always worth giving some, I wouldn't call it exposure, but showing, hey, this game exists. It's like, for example, streaming Black and White, for example. That's one game that is absolutely fantastic, and I don't see any other studio like replicating what Black and White was. And it's a damn shame because it's an amazing formula for a game with lots of elements going on for it, but modern games will not go for it at all. And it's sad. It's a type of genre with elements that are worth tuning and trying to improve in certain ways. So we're about to have 50 ore. I'll grab this guy after he's done delivering the wood.
Master of the rune, no problem. On my way.
I'll wait for these guys to be done. So something else that is really important to know about this game is that sometimes you get to be sent back to the same maps that you completed, because this game has different maps. Some missions just different maps with different areas. The resources do not replenish. So once you're done with the map, say defeat an enemy stronghold or something like that, you should order all your workers to stop working altogether, because they will keep consuming resources. And if you're asked to go back to a map to do something else, all the buildings that you constructed are gone. All the workers and units are gone. And you have to start over from like 0 resources altogether. And if you have no more resources to gather, you are going to have a very hard time doing things.
Very good.
Understood.
You now have sufficient resources
orders?
to
That
construct your first buildings.
Also, I could have
Select
just
a
made more
worker
workers.
and click on the building symbol in the action bar.
Mhm.
A selection of buildings will appear. Click on the woodcutter hut and select a site in the game world near the forest to start construction by clicking the left mouse button.
As good as done.
There you go.
Yes.
And I will grab this
The
guy
selected workers
here.
will now begin to erect the building. You can select additional workers and send them to the construction site with a right click, should you want construction to progress faster.
It doesn't consume resources because it's not preparing, so
Now select some other workers and build a quarry near the stone resources and a mine near the iron.
Quarry. Quarry here.
Here I am.
We don't do that.
Master of no problem.
And I don't have enough wood for
All right, then. Break's over. Time for work.
a mine. I'm gonna need more wood. So I can assign 5 workers here. Probably get a couple more workers to accelerate this.
At your service. Right away. Ready to go.
And I
Let's
can
get cracking.
right click here.
Yes. Break's over. Ready time to for work. Understood. Very well. As good as done. Here I am. I'm on it.
So it's very important that you actually get these buildings going, because
Yes.
each building increases
Building completed.
the gathering speed of those resources. So faster you go gather those resources, the faster you have availability of these resources, and the faster it becomes.
Break's over. Here time for work.
No, faster it becomes.
In each of these resource buildings, up to 5 workers can advance to the status of so-called craftsmen. Craftsmen have different clothing and special tools, and are twice as efficient as simple workers.
They become specialized workers, so they gather things faster.
When you select a finished building, then you can see how many craftsmen are already assigned to this building in the selection window. When you click an empty symbol, and there is another free worker available, he will be assigned to the building. When you click an occupied symbol, a worker will be released. Those workers that construct a building automatically take over the free jobs in the building insofar as they are available.
Once the blurb is over.
When you send a worker to a building with the right mouse button, you can fill free jobs. This way, workers who, for example, chop down trees will automatically look for free jobs in woodcutter houses and start doing them in a short time. Wait until all 3 buildings are finished. Should construction work fail to continue on a building, this means you have mistakenly removed all the workers from the construction site.
All the 3 buildings are done.
Now your resources should increase much faster. Keep an eye on the individual stocks and, if necessary, assign your workers to other jobs.
Master of the room. Understood.
2, 3, 3, 3. So
In order to recruit a larger
Ready
army,
to go.
you will need food.
That way.
Humans are very
I am.
flexible and are able to catch fish, hunt
orders?
or breed animals,
No
and
problem.
grow grain.
lots of way to gather food.
In the area surrounding your base, you will find a number of animals. Build a hunting lodge to gather food.
Ready to go.
Additionally, construct a
orders?
small headquarters so that you will have up to 30 workers at your disposal.
The game says small hut, but it also says headquarters. So I guess something changed from the written word to the voice line. And it's called headquarters, so something didn't go right here. Hunting lodge. Put the hunting lodge over here.
Here we go. Master of the
And
room.
let's put the small headquarters right over here.
I'm on it.
So the faster you get your resources, the faster you can start expanding and growing your base. And being able to make the headquarters, making the hunting lodges, or putting your crossbow towers, your forges, if you need to do some production. Smelting works here. And doubles the yield of iron, so the smelting work should be posted here or something, so that I can actually explode my economy. I'm gonna get a couple more workers here too.
Your orders?
And I have a feeling that if I make a smelting works as soon as I can, my iron production is gonna explode significantly.
Your orders? That way. Here I am.
I'll help with the small headquarters over here. Since I'm gonna need some more food, let's get more workers. My room power diminishing a little bit, but it's not a big deal.
At your service. As good as done.
it's rather interesting.
Building completed.
It's a rather interesting game. This is their crossbow and
Completed.
getting deer.
You can send up to 5 workers to the hunting lodge
no
to collect
problem.
food faster. The amount
Ready
of
to
the
go.
food
Let's
you
get
have
cracking then.
stored determines the maximum size of your
Ready
army.
to go. Understood.
Checkpoint over here, so they well,
The flags on the buildings show you whom the buildings belong to and if workers are currently active in this building.
so the deer was punching my artisan.
Master of the
If you
room.
look carefully, you will see that
At
the
your
lake
service.
behind the human
All
monument
right
is
then.
full of
As good
fish.
as done.
There are also some berry bushes on the bank of the lake, but these serve exclusively as food for elves.
Okay,
Yes, on my
so
way.
it's
Now you should do something to defend your settlement. Build 2 towers in
At
the
your
area
service.
around the stone slabs, as enemies might come from this direction.
over here.
Let's get cracking then. At your service. Let's get cracking
Let's get
then.
the 2 towers, but
All
also
right then.
I'll go against the tutorial and build a smelting works. You're rather huge.
Breaks over. Time for work.
I'll put the smelting works over there. And let's add a couple more workers. These workers are not in the same cap as military units. I don't see why I shouldn't have a necessary amount of workers.
Ready to go. Your orders?
These artisans are just hogging the entrance.
Your orders?
Let's get this smelting work going.
Master of the rune? Yes. Breaks over. Time for work.
And as I was pointing out, like, it takes a long time for these buildings to be done. Like, you really need to push so many peasants on top of each building to actually get your stuff going quick enough. And I would chalk it up as, like, games being this slow back then. But having played CNC and having played Warcraft 2, some of the games got game speed control, while this one doesn't, and that's surprising. So
Building completed.
it's also rather unfair comparison because this game has more RPG elements
Yes, I'm on.
than RTS elements.
Master of the rune?
Oh, I can save 1% there.
Ready to go. Understood. All right then. As good as done.
Well, I thought it was done. Right, okay. Wasn't done. Well, at least I have 3 extra workers to assist. We're good with iron. My wood reserves are rather iffy.
Building completed.
Crossbow towers are up.
Ready to go.
Some goblins are
Understood.
attacking your
Ready
settlement.
to go.
You will soon hear an alarm signal and see a red symbol on the overview map indicating the site of the attack.
That's a lot of
Send it
giblins.
down with your avatar and your hero.
Save yourselves. Ready to go.
My artisan. My peasants.
For the order. The lines must hold.
I'll heal my peasant so that he doesn't suffer so much.
Stay with me, men.
Slap. They're dead. All of them.
Excellent.
Quickly
The attack
now.
has been thwarted. By the
Space.
way, whenever you hear an alarm signal, you can use the space bar to immediately switch to the site of the action.
This is so good. I like that a lot.
If your towers
to
are
go. Understood.
damaged, you can have them repaired. Select 1 or more workers for the job and click with the right mouse button on the damaged structure.
I don't think there's a cap of how many towers I can
You
build.
can not only summon workers at a human monument, but also human warriors and mages.
Well, not really.
Single warriors summoned at the human monument will not be as strong as your avatar or your hero. With sufficient
problem.
resources,
On
however,
my
you
way.
can produce whole
All
armies.
right then.
Now it is time to build an army.
I need to construct a
Firstly,
forge.
You will need to construct a forge.
Here we go. Here I am. As good as done.
Send all the guys here.
I'm on it. Ready to go.
And these guys from Iron, instead of going to this place, they go here because it doubles their income of iron. They cannot offload right now because there's an artisan on top of it. Or they can. Yes, they can.
Weapons and armor for battle units
10.
will be manufactured in this forge. If you have several forges, you can produce units faster.
Okay. That's worth knowing.
Battle
Yes,
units
no
are
problem.
also summoned to human monuments.
Let's get
If you would
cracking
like
then.
to establish a rally point for new units, select the human monument and click with the right mouse button on the desired destination. The appearance of a little flag indicates that the summoned combat units will assemble at this point.
Right over here.
Select the human monument and summon at
3 and
least
3.
3 recruits and 3 scouts. If you are unable to produce units, you will find text marked in red in the help window, which specifies the reason why, for example, a missing or unoccupied building, or insufficient resource.
Your orders? That way.
So I need iron, pure iron for my recruits, and some wood and very little iron for my scouts. These are ranged units, these are melee units.
Here. To adventure.
Ready to go.
Yes, sir. All right.
Here
Is
I
that your basic infantry?
Moving out. Awaiting
The
your
orcs
orders.
have their own scouts always on the lookouts for enemies. If one of these scouts discovers your settlement or your warriors, he will return to his headquarters and sound the
On my
alarm.
command. I'm ready.
Interesting.
Follow
A
me.
scout is about to discover your
Forward.
settlement, which is shown by a yellow symbol appearing on the
Freedom.
overview map. Destroy the opponents before they can get away.
On my command.
There's also another interesting thing. It's like the enemy doesn't really know you're here until they know you're here. And you have complete control of when the enemy
You may not be
notices you.
attacked now. The enemy headquarters will eventually notice the missing
adventure.
scout and start searching for him. You have, however, gained time
Yes.
and can use it to quickly produce more scouts and recruits.
Eyes open, sword ready, sir.
Here.
It is important for you to
Destiny
destroy the
awaits.
buildings in the enemy camp as quickly as
Let's go.
possible, because new opponents are continuously being recruited there.
It makes sense.
To produce a larger army, you will need larger quantities of food. Select your human monument.
Okay.
The lower numbers in the selection window on the left indicate how many combat units you have, as well as the maximum number you can support. The current maximum is
Destiny
10.
awaits.
Your orders? All right then. As good as
Inside
done.
the headquarters buildings, you can use food to increase the maximum size of your army. Select your small headquarters building.
Your limit will increase to 15. The upgrade costs 100 food. The limit
In the
is currently
action bar
50 for
below,
3
you will
races.
now see
Okay.
a symbol for food. When you hold the mouse pointer directly above it, the costs for this increase will show up in the help window.
It's 200
When
for.
you click once on the
Okay.
symbol, the maximum number of combat units will increase from 10 to 15 for 100 food units. The increase from 15 to 20 units already costs 200 food units.
Get a balanced army.
Increase the maximum number of combat units to at least 20 units by clicking the symbol twice. If the symbol is darkened, your hunters have not acquired sufficient food, and you will have to wait a while.
Since we already did the upgrade twice, we now have 20, and I already recruited 20
With the
units.
small headquarters, you can support a maximum of 30 combat units. Medium-sized or large headquarters, which will become available later, afford additional possibilities to increase the maximum level. If you later decide to play with 2 allied races, then the maximum number of combat units for the entire army applies, with the races also sharing
Destiny
their food.
awaits. Now.
Produce additional scouts and recruits and destroy the orc camp in the east. Secure more
Forward.
resources and ensure you have sufficient food.
Time to move this big damn army.
Now.
I'm missing a couple of units though, aren't I?
Let's go.
Yeah, I was missing 3 units.
Sir! Yes, sir!
Well, I already went.
Forwards.
Let me fall back, okay? JK,
Destiny awaits.
I meant to
Here.
get everything. There you go. Now we can go.
Forwards.
There's a chest over here. There's a little camp. Some area over here, Lenia. Small orc headquarters, a mine, and a food store. Yeah, since I have already 20 units,
For freedom.
you can really do nothing about this. This totem is a shaman, if I remember correctly. Dogs are just melee units. I let my dudes handle everything. Keep Tahira. Tahira can just go and grab these. Clerics and Temple of Light. This is actually pretty interesting. Oh, these guys are pretty quick for dismantling buildings. They're not fast at making them, but they are super fast at destroying them. There's some Moonsilver, Lenia, and Arya. Boom. My quest log has been upgraded.
You cannot search corpses or chests when enemies are near. There is a chest in the orc camp. Stand close to it with one of your characters, and you will be able to open the chest by clicking with the right mouse button.
That is done deal.
Possession of both plans.
Both plans are under my control. Right.
You have just found
Here.
the construction plan for a new building, and the unit plan for the human unit clerics. Open your inventory and go to the plans page.
Here you can swap which units you can
have
make.
An overview of which building and unit plans you have for all 6 races. On the right-hand side in the window, you can select the race. Select humans. Place the unit plan in a free space among the units in the lower line.
And now, because of that,
You can now produce this unit at your human monument, provided you have the required buildings and sufficient resources. Place the building plan in an empty slot on the line of building icons.
and you can
The first line
shift
may
them
be
around.
full, so you might have to press the right arrow.
Done. And now we have available
Yes?
the Temple of Light over
Now
here.
your workers are able to construct the Temple of Light. Close your inventory.
As good as done.
Let's get a couple of workers here.
If you want to summon human units with magic powers, you will need Arya, a magic liquid. Near the orc camp, you will find an Arya spring.
Yep, right here.
Simple workers are not able to collect Arya. You will need a special building
Yes?
for that purpose.
Understood.
Put up an Arya shrine near the Arya spring and the Temple of Light in your main settlement. To select this building, you must click on the pointer on the right of the building selection.
So now we have a couple for the Arya Shrine, and we have a couple building the Temple of Light. I think there's no actual... Oh,
Completed.
here's some upgrades. It's 100 Arya. So there are actual upgrades for units in some buildings. Right?
Ready to go.
Food store. That was the food production for hunters, farms, breeders, and close rangers allows you to be. I should have probably made these a long time ago.
Here we go. Ready to go. Break's over, time for work. As good as done.
So always keep in mind that there are some of these buildings that just increase the production of the resources you're gathering. Might be pretty important to make them way ahead of time so you can actually be efficient with the resources you're gathering. Because otherwise, you're gonna waste a lot of them.
Up to 5 workers can work in the Arya Shrine and collect Arya.
Yep. We got 5 of them right now working on the shrine.
The Temple of Light serves to invoke units with magic powers, comparable to the forge for weapon production. Several temples allow you to invoke magic units more quickly.
Worth noting. Gonna need some
Additionally, you can buy upgrades at the Temple of Light. Upgrades are possible on several buildings, and they generally improve your units as well as offering other benefits.
Receive a shield that has increased mana reserves.
Select the temple and have sufficient resources, you can click the clerical blessing symbol below. All the clerics you summon after this will have a shield and sizable mana reserves at their disposal.
The name is Path of Light. Why? What?
Beside the Arya Spring, you will see Lenya plants and moon silver. Both resources cannot be used by humans, but play an important role for other races.
Lenya is used by orcs and
Produce
elves.
at least 3
Oh,
clerics. Should you be unable to produce the unit, the button will be darkened. In this case, move the mouse over the button and follow the instructions in the help window. In case you already have the maximum number of units, you can select units and destroy them by using the key K.
That's rather dark, but let's first get the Path of Light upgrade.
Upgrade complete. New skill is available.
Let's increase our unit cap because we have enough food for that. And let's get a couple of clerics at 3. Let's get 3 clerics then. Move them over here. Lenya is used by elves and orcs, if I remember correctly, and dark elves, or dark ones, or whatever they're called, and dwarves use moon silver, if I also remember correctly. They all have their own usage.
Yes. Understood.
It's like
The
how?
next thing we want to do is gear up iron production a little. Put up a smelting works as close as possible to your mine building.
I'm on it.
The next thing, I already did that. This is a rare smelting work. Way ahead of
Mine
you.
craftsmen will now deliver the mined ore to the smelting works, where it will be processed further. This means you will now receive the double quantity of resources per delivery.
The clerics are out.
Simple
Yeah.
workers can
Ready to
only
fight,
deliver
sir.
their resources to
Awaiting your
headquarters
orders.
and monuments.
Ready for action.
All the craftsmen can deliver
ready.
their iron ore to a smelting works, their wood
Yes.
to a sawmill, their stones to a stonemason's hut, or their food to a storehouse, which then doubles the amount of each
Ready to
delivery.
go.
I don't have the other
Build a
two.
food storehouse.
Done deal.
When the food storehouse is finished, you can use food to regenerate the life points and mana reserves in your summoned units. This is especially important if you summon several magic units.
Indeed.
Your avatar and your heroes, by the way, regenerate themselves without food.
So it gives importance to a lot of
Summon
resources.
at least 15 combat units.
Done. We have 23. So we should be okay.
If you follow the path past the orc camp farther to the east, you will arrive at an enemy lookout. As soon as it makes sight contact, it will alarm its headquarters.
Let's go.
Let's get to it then.
To adventure.
Advance with your avatar, the hero, and at
Follow
least
me.
15 combat units to the east.
So
As soon as the lookout has discovered you, a yellow
Quickly
warning
now.
signal will appear on the overview map.
To adventure.
the game tells you that clerics have a healing spell, and if I select the clerics, where are they?
Awaiting your orders.
Oh, there, yeah. So this lookout is gonna go out.
Orcs have been alerted to your
Forward.
presence and will send out an assault wave to confront you.
Eyes open,
Destroy the
sword ready,
orcs
sir.
and their camp.
So the clerics have a healing spell, but if I click on them, they don't have any sort of spell whatsoever. Because they will cast the spell automatically rather than manual casting. So it's always worth having a lot of these clerics and casters because they will just make your life easier overall at keeping your units on their own. Which is, again, strange, but interesting at the same time. And they will regenerate their mana with your food, so food becomes also like a rather important resource for your army. Because they will regenerate out of combat by using food.
Forwards.
They will also regenerate mana
Quickly now.
by using food.
Attack.
Are there any... That Kronk person does inspire me a lot of confidence. Throw another fireball. The rune.
Let's go. At arms, men.
And now you guys can go and destroy everything around here, because I don't think there's anything else I need to do. At least on this area. There's a red dot somewhere here, but I don't know where is it. Right? Or I'm imagining things. Also, I haven't saved at all. And I haven't checked if I have my old self files. I don't. Okay, fantastic. Let's finish up these buildings. So you handle left click. I can hold left click. Ah, there it is. Thank you. Thank you. Also, good evening, Pompeido. How are you doing? There we go. There's this scout over here. My quest log has been updated. So that's the entire camp done.
If you now look in your quest book, you will see that you have now solved
Dead
the
streams.
previously open steps.
Hey.
The leader
It's a
of the
golf
orcs
course.
was
Now.
carrying the rune. Loot the corpse and take the rune if not already done so.
But I hope you're having a good afternoon.
Follow me.
Now go back to Joshua at the human monument and talk to him.
Now.
So let's get to this Joshua person and hopefully we get to do some proper fighting. Since I have... Oh no, I need more food. Since this is a tutorial, I might as well just take out on a couple more workers and get some more food. So I can expand my army cap a bit more.
Yes, no problem.
These guys are doing great. Killing a deer in front of the Temple of Light. Shameful.
Yes.
Oh, these guys cannot gather from there.
No problem.
Oh, right. I would probably require a building for that. But these the hunters are... A fish guild? Nope. On the tutorial, they don't give you a fishing guild at all. This is the tutorial, so there's a couple of buildings that are flat out missing or just flat out
Let's go.
misspelled, or the name is different. I don't know. It can be rather iffy on the situation. I guess they added for decor, honestly. Like that's why Lenia and Moonseeker are...
By Zarek's accursed eyes, the rune, you did it.
You did it.
Even if I can barely stand to look at a rune warrior, nobody else could have managed that feat. Master Rowan will be relieved.
Joshua being casually aggressive.
You have received additional experience points for solving the quests, and your avatar has gained 1 level.
Sorry, didn't catch that. The sound was too loud. What did you say?
With every new level, your avatar will have more life points and mana reserves.
Mm-hmm.
You will also receive skill and attribute points that can be used to further improve your avatar.
That's correct. Select your avatar.
Open the inventory and go into the category Character Information.
Okay. How many extra points? I get 5 start points. That's pretty good.
On the right of the window, select your avatar if it's not already activated. On the left of the window, you will see the skills of your avatar, and in the middle, its attributes.
Okay.
Distribute the new attribute points, for example, for strength or wisdom. To do this, click in the window on the small arrows directly beside the numbers of the attributes.
Strength or wisdom? I am more magic than melee. I don't know if this game kind of realized that, but let's be rather wise about my investment.
The individual attributes stand for the characteristics of a figure. If you pass over an attribute with a mouse pointer, the help window will explain the meaning of the individual numbers. Now distribute the new skill points. Click on New Skills and select Light Combat. Distribute the second point wherever you like by clicking on one of the small arrows beside the skill.
Do as you wish. Light combat. Oh, I'm forced to light combat. Also there. Okay, train ability. So it's multi-classing me, and then light by clicking small arrows beside the skill. Okay, so I could just multi-class even further. Let's get light magic.
Due to your improved skills in light combat, you have now received an additional combat skill. It's called Berserk.
Really? Oh, right here.
You will find this melee combat skill in your spell book. Transfer Berserk to your magic memory.
Causes unit to cause very high damage with melee weapons. Interesting.
Close your inventory.
Close your inventory. Okay, there you go. Get a couple
Combat
more.
abilities and some magic spells are not cast at a target, but rather only work on the caster himself.
Oh, like Berserk?
Test the Berserk ability by selecting your character and clicking the symbol below in the action bar, or above left on the portrait.
Okay. That's good enough.
When
What
you
does
trigger
the
the
rune
Berserk
desire?
ability,
I'm
your
ready.
avatar causes an enormous damage to the enemy for a short period of time. This can be
Follow
very
me.
helpful in an emergency situation, although you cannot apply this attack again until after a few minutes.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's a very big cooldown.
Now speak to Joshua again.
Hey Joshua, I got really mad.
It's slowly getting to be time for me to head out.
Okay.
It was good to fight by your side
You
again.
didn't do
Hold on.
anything.
I'll accompany you to the portal.
Oh, he actually gets to come with me, or? They have their walk in the forest. Are we going to disregard the fact? Oh. Orcs.
Zerba, have mercy. Will this never end?
That will be interesting.
Okay. The orcs gonna come and... Oh,
Rowan,
Rowan. The old man of the book. What a show off. What an absolute show off.
Rowan. One
Punched
minute
him.
later, and we would have been lost.
What? I have like 25 units behind me. What do you mean by that?
Do you have the rune?
Tahira salvaged it from the ruins. Here it is.
Oh my
Tahira,
god.
I thank you. You have...
Served you well?
I can understand your fury. Believe me, it was worth it.
Was that Fury?
This rune is the key to our future and past. But I don't want to bother you any longer. Live in peace, Tahira. We will not meet again.
They will meet again. Poof, off he goes.
Farewell, Tahira.
There you go.
You can now leave this map through the magic portal, or follow the path to the south, where further opponents are waiting along with some useful hints, which you don't necessarily need for the first map.
You don't need for the first maps, but they could become really useful for the later maps, so I don't know.
By clicking on the options in the top right, you can save the current game at any time.
So it seems that there's a lot of enemies and another Minotaurs over here.
Go west to the portal to leave the map, or follow the path to the south to find more useful hints.
So there's the Moon Silver and the Lenia that I was talking about. They had these ones for just showing said resources exist in the game. Okay, I'm level 7 now. Yeah, sorry, don't worry, I will just level up in the middle of the combat. Let's get some more stamina and a bit more wisdom, sure. And oh, I can level up skills like this, huh? Uh-huh. And I can learn new abilities like that, piercing weapons. I go to the dream. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. My fighters don't actually level up, if I remember correctly, right? They are stuck on that level and I get to replace them. So it's always worth finding more room warriors.
You will receive some tips and hints from different areas of the game.
Okay. What is the hint?
When you travel through a portal or bindstone from one platform to another, you lose all the units you had previously summoned with rune magic and your settlements. That's why you should choose carefully the point in time you want to move on.
Mm-hmm. That's a couple of statues here and there. This hint is actually pretty important because, as I mentioned previously, resources do not regenerate when you leave the map. And all resources you've gathered get completely nullified, they just go back to 0. And I think there's like more than one instance that they ask you to go back to a map to deal with some problem or some other base, and it's like, yeah, this is your old base, by the way, the resources are not there and what you've gathered is gone. Good luck. Is what they're going to tell you. Let's go to the statue and see what's going on. Oh, my avatar.
To provide a better overview, the view direction is automatically oriented in isometric perspective toward the north.
Sounds good.
You can use the delete and end keys to rotate the view. You can also do this by holding down both mouse buttons and moving the mouse to the left or right. The view automatically returns to the starting position when you release the keys or the mouse buttons. This function can also be deactivated in the options.
Follow me.
Also,
you can use the home key to return the view to the north.
So if you do it left and then right, it doesn't work, but if you do right and left, it works. That is strange. That is bizarre, but okay. That is strange, but okay. Yeah, so like I'm saying. If it works in one way, it should work on the other way.
If you hold down the Alt key and give your own units a go-to command with the right mouse button, your units will scout the area between their present position and the destination.
So patrol style thing.
By indicating several points, they will patrol these points one after the other, forwards and backwards, with no regard to their starting position.
That is not bad. That is an...
When scouting, your units will attack any enemy in their sight range.
That is actually pretty useful.
By holding down the Shift key when you give your own units a go-to command with the right mouse button, you can describe the exact route they should take point by point.
Ready to fight, sir.
At the final point, the units will stop.
Now.
You can use this method to send your units around an enemy camp without having to change their directions over and over again.
Yeah, that's convenient. Okay.
When you would like to rotate a building before
now.
placing it, press and hold the Control key. After that, use the Delete and Stop keys to rotate the building to the left or to the right.
I cannot use my... Okay. I have to check that out.
By holding down the Control
go.
key and selecting a unit, all the other units of this type in the surrounding area
Ready
will
to
also
fight,
be
sir.
selected.
Moving out.
Interesting.
This function can
Eyes
also be
open,
used
on
with
my
the
way, sir.
portrait buttons of the avatar, the heroes, or the groups.
On my command.
Yes, sir. Understood. Ready
Hold
to
down
fight.
the Shift
All right.
key and select one or more units to add units
Ready to
in
fight,
order
sir.
to add or remove
Eyes
them
open,
from the
sword
current
ready, sir.
selection.
Here.
Ready and able.
This
I'm
function
ready.
can also be used with the portrait
You can
buttons
split
of
them.
the avatar, the heroes, or the groups.
That's actually not bad at all.
Awaiting your orders.
So that way you can actually guarantee that you have your melee units on the front when you are moving in groups.
Quickly now.
That is actually a really helpful tip. Oh, I forgot this entire area. I will take it out in a bit.
Forward.
Go up here.
Attack.
For a tutorial, this is rather extensive.
Forwards. Attack.
This totem. What is the big evil here? Seems to be like a lot of little tiny creatures.
Fortify the defenses.
Let's go.
Because usually I would expect like a big enemy boss that I have to send a lot of troops at.
Certain magic spells
Let's
allow
go.
you to call upon so-called servants,
To adventure.
who are loyal to the mages and
Follow
support
me.
them during
Summoners.
battles. A mage can
Forwards.
call upon several servants simultaneously.
Never surrender.
However, these servants cost the mage a certain amount of mana as time passes, which leads to a slower regeneration of
Fortify the
mana,
defenses.
or even a constant loss of mana.
Get arms, men.
If the mage has lost all of his mana reserves, his servant dies.
So useful information when you're a summoner, better have big mana reserves. So you can actually engage in combat with your summoner, with your summons before they all perish. Just randomly. Also, there's the general here had a green jewel. Fantastic.
Into battle we go.
It's an RP totem over there.
You will find a monument symbol in the action bar. When you click on it with the left mouse button, you can quickly select your monuments one after another and produce units without moving.
Interesting. Also, there's a
If you
statue.
click on monument
There we go.
symbol with the right mouse button, then view will focus on the monuments one after another.
So it really has a big chockfull amount of information here.
When you have selected several units, you can click on individual units or unit
For the
types
order.
in the selection window at the bottom left, and thus double select them.
Enemy contact. Ready to fight.
If you now give further orders, such as sending
your
units
order.
grid speed, then this command will only apply to the double selected units.
I'll have to read that one in a little bit.
It is highly convenient if,
For
for
our near.
instance, you want to remove specific units from
Enemy
combat
contact.
or heal wounded units
Follow
very
me.
quickly with click and fight.
A couple of statues over here, so might as well just finish this off.
Never give up. Yes, sir.
Rune warriors, stand by me.
Get the fireball in. Oh, he resisted because he's resisted to fire.
Quickly now.
Never
Let's
surrender.
go. Attack.
Get rid of all of these. Oh, there's a spider on the back.
They're attacking.
Massage it with a little fireball over here. I was trying to get the double click thing, because in some RTS games you can select multiple units, but just doing double click on one unit it will select all the units of the same type. But gotta use the click
I'm ready.
select option here.
Now, for our Nier.
You can build some buildings at the start. Others require the construction of large headquarters. You will find the appropriate instructions in the respective health.
And with that,
Some units require special buildings before they can be summoned.
yeah, that became rather obvious.
To adventure.
Aside from the necessary resources, they may also need a forge for metal weapons and armor, a weapon workshop for wooden weapons and leather outfits, or a magic building for units with magic skills.
Mm-hmm.
Some units need further special buildings. You will find the appropriate hints
Follow
in the
me.
respective help window.
Forwards.
The pathing of this game is not bad at all, actually. Like, they actually clump up,
Quickly now.
and they are not like
The more
going.
often you defeat a certain type of enemy, the less experience points
Let's go.
you earn.
For the
You earn
order.
a lot more points when you defeat a new enemy.
They used to avoid like constant farming, basically, of one map or something,
Attack.
which is rather smart.
Some rare weapons have magic effects. These effects cannot be specifically cast. They unleash their power in combat at random
order.
time intervals.
Weapons with procs, interesting.
A number of different effects are possible. For example, there are weapons with an additional fire
Let's go.
or
To
others
battle we
which
go.
take life points away from the enemy and add them to the owner.
Kinda forgot about this area, but whatever. I don't think many people would mind
To
that I don't cover all the tutorial statues.
When you press the tab key, the strongest enemy in the visible view will be selected. By pressing the tab key again, you can switch through all the visible enemies.
That is actually useful. Very, very useful.
This way, you can select enemy targets very quickly. For example, for the click and fight system.
And you can hard focus. That is actually extremely useful. Jesus.
Let's go.
Like, this tutorial is actually amazing. It's well done. Minor hiccups here and there, but it's really well done.
You can retroactively remove or change
shall not follow
units
me.
that have been queued for summoning
Let's
at
go.
a monument.
Let's
To
end
do
the
this,
prologue.
select the monument and click on the unit currently under production in the selection window.
And now we go to the actual game. Finally, we spawned. We're here, baby.
My friend,
Oh no.
I know your memory is paled. 8 years is a long time.
8 years.
Many things have happened. The war is over, but its consequences were terrible. The convocation has shattered the countenance of our world. Since then, I've tried to retain whatever is left over from this world. But now I have a feeling of time closing in. The circle is closing, and these lands need a protector.
Is it you?
May the power of the ruin reawaken with you. But this time, you should not be the slave of someone else's will.
Oh.
This rune is the scourge on which your
Oh,
soul
sorry,
was
relax.
forged. Wear it now yourself, and be the master of your own decisions.
Sounds fair.
I'm free.
Oh no, I have a voice.
Master Rowan, the Orders sent me with an important message. Something's happening at the Wildland Pass. Creatures made of black steel. They are breaking into the Northlands.
That sounds rather dire.
The Iron Ones have come. So, it has now begun.
You must set out at once.
Indeed. I will go see Darius. You, my friend, should gather your strength first and arm yourself.
I wonder what skills I
Follow
have.
the messenger to the town of Greyfell. When you get there, speak to my friend Sartarius. He will give you your instructions. He belongs to the Order of Dawn.
Oh, the name
Good
drop
luck.
of the title
We'll
of this
meet again
game.
when I return, Rune Warrior.
Poof!
By the gods! He really called a rune warrior!
I can hardly remember. How do I get to that city, Greyfell?
Follow the path through the rocks. I'll go with you. But let's be careful. The mountain goblins are in an uproar.
Uproar. This is a messenger. Okay, so what I have? Got self-illusion, inventory, spellbook. Generates illusions of the magician which attract the attention of the enemy. Enchantment level 1, mind magic. Fantastic. So I have no magic attack spells. Which is okay, it's fine. I will make do and confuse people, I guess. I have also... Rowan was very kind to flick the light switch on my bindstone, so I don't need to do anything else. Let's get to this. So what other things I have? I have birchwood stuff, yeah. Range 1, speed 100. And an apprentice robe with +5 intelligence. I think... Is intelligence my... Very high charisma and high intelligence, okay. Yeah, I think with this I will make do. That's fine. And just slap a couple of spiders. And see what I can gather. Oh, there's a chest over here. So I have to be mindful because in very Spellforce fashion, they will just put chests everywhere, sometimes like hide behind buildings, so I have to shift around the camera a little bit to find it. That's a lot of things. Level 3 armor, no, I will, let's gather all of it. This guy is super hyper aggressive, so let's see. Armor class 3. So this I can use. 2 intelligence, 2 wisdom, 2 charisma. Ring of mages.
Rune warriors, stand by me.
These are the things I cannot use. Plus 10 to black magic resistance. Okay, battle axe I cannot use it until I'm level 7. And ring mail level 3 or light combat or heavy combat. Huh? So all fair deal. Also, I should probably, as usual, save. Oh, I can save like this. Fantastic. This is a Wolfguard Town Guard. A veteran over here. The Wolfguard. What quest do you have? Oh.
Welcome to the Northern Realms.
What kind of place is this here?
This is the Shadow Pass. It leads through the mountains to our capital city, Greyfell, the seat of the House of Wolfgar.
Oh, and I have dialogue options. Oh boy. Press number 1.
How do I get to Greyfell?
Just follow this trail. You can't miss it.
You can't miss it.
Keep your eyes peeled. This land isn't called the Shadow Pass for nothing.
Why is it called the Shadow Pass?
Should you get into trouble, then run back here. We will know how to defend your life.
I can kite enemies to this guy. Also the crossbow towers over here. But I guess these forest beetles are not gonna be much of a problem, as well as the spiders. The spiders. There's one spider over there.
We're under attack.
So how does self-illusion work?
The lines must hold.
Do they actually get distracted or... Oh, they actually get distracted. Except when I start actually hitting them for real, they're like, oh, this is the real guy. Any more enemies over here? No, there's one of the... Let's go and get him. My illusion's running right behind me. There's gonna be a lot of little creatures that I have to kill on my way to Greyfell. Is Greyfell over here? Oh god. That's a long way. There's forest barrier over here that I completely ignore. So I guess this route all the way to Greyfell is meant to be like some sort of warm-up. So like here you have your character. My illusions don't expire. They actually heal up, which is rather useful. Can I summon more of them? Guess not. Guess I'm limited to 2. So it would have been very funny if we could just keep spamming illusions and be like, here's my army of nobody. These illusions don't do damage either. Oh. The dark one. Well, that's rather offensive. I just walk in and get frozen.
As you predicted, my lord, he will move on to the Wildland Pass.
Good. The snare is slowly beginning to close. He will never return from there.
Okay.
What will happen with the Rune Slave, my lord?
The Rune Slave.
Kill him.
Kill
And then
him.
give this casket to the leaders of the Black Fist. It contains the plans for the invasion.
Okay.
But my lord, I cannot conquer this Rune warrior. I'm just a messenger, not a fighter.
Yeah.
I have complete confidence in you. Bring the casket to the Black Fist. I will give you a princely reward.
I mean,
Lord.
couldn't he just cast like a fireball or something like that? Since he's...
All right then. Die, Rune Slave.
What on the actual hell is this? Also, that guy on the background just watching everything. Why? The guy is just staring at everything happening. He's like, okay. Hello, Randolph. How are you doing?
What happened here?
Treason. I must get to Greyfell by the fastest route.
Mountain goblins have blocked that route. They're already setting up a camp. There is a rune monument right near. Summon your army there. It's the only way you can break through to Greyfell.
We actually get an RTS section?
First, I must search for this traitor. The casket must be brought to the Order as quickly as possible.
That is actually pretty good. Can I actually get to loot these things? Thank you. Casket. And this must be the human stones, is it not? No. Some garment stone and a bridge wood. So I can exchange some intelligence for some stamina, and the answer is no. I will not do that. There'll probably be more things that I can just sell on town. In town, I mean, not on town, in town. Flick this light switch on this mindstone and let's begin construction. Also, do I actually have a... Oh, I actually come with a human worker stone from the get-go. I guess it's to avoid that possible problem of people missing the human stone. Let's activate this and let's begin working. So what do I have access to? Just the basic things.
At your service. Ready to go. Break's over, time for work. Here I am.
So I have my wood over here. I have stone over here and I have iron over here. And they can come from only this way. Fair enough. Maximize our resource gathering, that's for sure.
At your service.
So I need what? 40 for the woodcutter's hut. I need 30 and then 20 for the quarry, and then I need 40 and 30 for no, not the mine here. 50 and 20. I need iron for the mine. No, I need stone. So I could just neglect iron for the time being until I get enough resources to build the mine.
Master of the room? No problem. At your service.
And now I can just start begin
Let's get cracking then.
construction this way. I'm gonna need some food as well at some point. I need to kill those whitelings. You know, my woodcutters are gonna be very efficient at killing things. Not killing things, at destroying trees. Well, they're killing trees by chopping them, so it's not inaccurate. Oh god, my guy is weak as hell. Oh, my illusion managed to stop the whiteling from fleeing. Can I build the quarry now? Yeah. Get to it.
Let's get cracking then. At your service then.
My guy is gonna regenerate some HP. In the meantime, hunting lodge, 50 wood, 30 stone. It's not gonna take that long.
Building completed.
Let's get this hunting lodge thing going immediately. Randolph over there stands like a trooper, doing absolutely nothing. And let's maximize my income. Save as well. Yeah.
Building completed. Ready to go.
The artisan over here just stopping the other guys from working. The forge, no, the mine. Yeah.
Your orders? Breaks over. Time for work. Very well. Off I go. Yes.
And now I have to make a forge. Since I have all this stuff and a headquarters. Probably the headquarters will be the first thing I will make. Rather, I will make a forge so I can actually build troops. Because my guy here is not gonna be the best thing in the world to handle whatever happens to come. So let's get this forge going.
Master of the room?
I'll then make a headquarters. I don't think he got spotted. My illusion. Oh, my illusion's still healthy. Interesting. Let's handle this whiteling. In the meantime, let's level up and get
Rune warriors, stand by me.
level 2 enchantment.
Stay with me, men.
I use charisma, don't I? Yeah, very high charisma and relatively high intelligence.
Rune warriors, stand by me.
Okay, a couple of points here and points here. That should do it. Did I learn a new spell by chance? I didn't really check. No. I guess I'll have to buy spells. So that's gonna be a big source of my expenditure. So this artisan is just blocking the way to the hunting lodge. This shouldn't be happening. But actually happens. It's a damn shame. So after this small headquarter is done... Come on, man the forge. There we go. Now I can actually recruit some warriors. 2 warriors, 3 archers. That should cover for my main standing army. I don't remember if I actually get to go back to Greyfell. As in, I'm playing as a base here, but I will not take much risks in that department.
Eyes open, sword ready, sir. Ready for action, on my way.
Oh, there you go.
On my to adventure.
Master of the Rune?
And I think getting another port here so I can get my guys out faster is a good investment.
I am ready. Yes. I am ready.
There you go.
Yes. Now.
Now we go. We go to destroy whatever happens to come my way. Small cut over here. The Goblin Scouts really didn't do much to fight me. So I should have complete reign of this section. Put my checkpoint over here. I'm gonna dismantle all these things. Oh, there's a cut force over there.
Into battle we go.
My guy is probably gonna need some ranged weapon because I have no confidence for him being in the front lines like this.
Enemies beware.
Tenard's glasses. Okay.
Me.
Let's go and get this Gibling over here. Pa, 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 pa. How many I have? I have 3 and 3. Let's expand those numbers a bit more. I saw. Oh right, I have the unit cap. There you go. I wasn't that short of resources.
Quickly now.
Oh well, the Wildling arrived to the base. It's gonna call for reinforcements.
Ready to fight away, sir.
And these scouts over here that I just missed.
Moving out.
Destiny awaits.
So I have
I am ready.
plenty of scouts, it seems.
On my command. Yes. I shall not fail.
At your service.
Eyes open, sword ready, sir. Eyes open, sword ready, sir. Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Here.
Sir.
Grab this
Yes,
guy
sir.
here. Grab these guys here. Control 1.
Follow me.
And now I can just continue forward.
Quickly now. Attack.
I should have enough forces to siege this area.
Enemy contact. Ready to fight, sir. On my way.
Get them to move forward and attack at their own leisure.
At arms, men.
Time to shoot them down. Did that kill like one of my guys? The Sandcasters are brutal. They are doing it. That should be more than enough to clear through. Sweet trousers. Yeah, I can afford that. So a lot of stuff. Can I dual wield stuff? I can. That's... Well, that is interesting. I can be Gandalf. I can have 2 weapons. Behold my dual staff. That is very useful information. So no more goblins. So no more mountain goblins here. Oh, there's a chest over there. I almost missed it. Go, my warrior. My bravest warrior. This crystal seems to be old. Strange worms coming out of it. I think this was very old to know all this for a quest. Death Grasp level 3, a black magic spell for necromancers. Okay. And a fire steel shield. Okay. It's so bad.
Follow me.
Wish I was black magic necromancer, but it is what it is. Wanted to be mind magic man.
Now. To adventure.
Also, my units are not gonna be regenerating HP because I don't have a food store yet. Keyboards.
Quickly now.
Yeah, no, I have enough forces here to deal with this problem.
Into battle we go. Never give up. Into battle we go.
Do I have enough forces to deal with this problem? Yeah, I probably do. My illusion magic will reign supreme. And by illusion magic, I mean the wall of archers that happen to be behind me right now.
Now. For freedom.
These guys can deal with that. Oh, this guy is limping. Limping animations as well when soldiers are low in HP. That's actually pretty good. There's a lot of things that are actually pretty damn good in this game that I completely forgot about or discovered for the first time.
Now.
I think I should add a couple more reinforcements to the front lines. Also, I ran out of food entirely, it seems. Since I have space for 2 more, might as well just get 2 recruits.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's get moving. Hopefully find Greyfell.
Now.
There's a road over there. Oh,
Orcs, they're burning everything down. Where are the guards?
you don't sound very distressed when you're talking like that.
In our defense, quick! Otherwise, we are lost.
So now you sound more distressed. The quest log has been updated. The quest log says... Protect the villagers from attacks of the orcs.
Follow me. Quickly now.
Tombard.
To adventure.
Cave Orc Healer. Peasant Lemunel. Hopefully I can keep Lemunel alive, but it's looking pretty dire. My illusion is just looking at this orc and saying, nah, I'm fine. And Lemunel is still alive, so that's a positive. Let's keep adding recruits. Oh, the treasure up here, okay. My quest book has been updated. I guess I need to talk with Lemunel.
Now.
Thank you. Without you, things would have looked pretty bleak for us. The guards have good
Nincompoops.
grubbing to look forward to, those nincompoops. Here, take this as your reward. And please excuse the others. The people are a little frightened of you. You're a rune warrior, aren't you?
Nah.
On the way to Greyfell.
Oh, it isn't very far from here to Greyfell. Just follow the trail up the mountain. Have a good journey.
Have a good journey. Doa Hink, good evening. I hope you're having a great, fantastic evening. I'm having a very warrior-ish evening. People being rather rude. So I have somebody over here. Oh, it's a wolfman farmer. I can go up here. It seems to be the road. And I can just take a route here. Also, sick hermit over here that I want to give it a look at.
Forwards.
It's very strange that they don't give me the food storage building, considering that I'm getting into a few scuffles here and there, and my troops are gonna be bound to take a couple of beatings.
Quickly now.
It's a couple of cape trolls. Just level 1 cape trolls, so it's not a big deal. It's an ambush. I'm glad that my illusions are actually working. Slap, slap. Yeah, I'm more confident now with my guy being on the front lines. Also, can you care to open this? Fire burst. Mana ring. So these are not bad. But I cannot use any of these. Well, unless I specialize myself in other type of magic. I mean, I could just be an illusionist necromancer for all I care.
To adventure.
Oh, there's my limping soldiers. I miss you guys so much.
Forward.
We gotta take the other route now, so
follow me.
Try to keep up. So I don't have access to any sort of healing right now, and I don't have access to clerics right now. So, and I don't have access to food storage. So these guys are gonna be limping forever. They're probably gonna hold up the entire conga line here, by the way, so killing them would be the merciless way to do this, but I don't have the heart to do that just yet. It's more funny for me.
To adventure.
So now we are proper grateful, I believe. Let's go this way, because I think Rowan or Sartarius name now.
Quickly now.
It's this way. So the quest is probably gonna be like speak to Sartarius. The Dawn Knights are here and there.
Quickly now. To adventure.
To adventure. Activate this by clicking the light switch.
Sartarius?
Sartarius?
That's who I am. And you must be the rune warrior Rowan awoke.
No.
Rowan is in great danger. I must speak to him.
He set out toward the Wildland Pass, along with his bodyguard.
That won't be enough for him. There's another mage of the circle here. He confronted us in the mountains. Your messenger was a traitor. He led me right to him.
What a shame.
Another circle mage? Ye gods! Who?
His face was hidden under a dark hood.
And the traitor?
Dead. The Dark Circle Mage gave him this casket for the leader of the Black Fist.
The Black Fist? Impossible!
There's the limpy boy.
That would mean...
To arms! Cave orcs! They're coming in from the Shadow Pass!
Cave orcs?
Orcs! They must have followed you from the mountains. Quickly!
Sartarius is very quickly to shift the blame to me. Now that his messenger was...
participate in the defense. The town laws demand that we intervene. Take over the command of these knights.
Okay.
At your service, sir.
Follow the soldier to the gate. Return to me when the attack has been repulsed.
Does that mean that I lose command of my other humans? They wouldn't do that, right?
There they are. Ready for action. Keep them away from the city.
To adventure. Into battle we go. Yes. For our with you.
Order Knights. Who is this? Who is this guy? Why is different from the rest? Multiple questions are coming through. Oh, because he has a spear. Okay, I see why he is different.
Into battle we go.
Full card Citizen of Greyfell. I also got a level up because I killed enough orcs. Limpy boys over here are gonna be cheerleaders for this fight. Quest log has been updated.
Follow me.
I also got a level up, so I need to sort that out right away. To reach high skill levels, very high charisma and high intelligence are a requirement. Oh, and I can learn the others. Okay. So I probably need a higher intelligence to reach a checkpoint. Ah, okay. At least I believe that. Es que... Level 4. I'm in level 3, okay. Now I can get a couple of stamina. I should bank these points? No. I should probably not bank these points. And I should... train... Maybe. I'll keep it and see. Let us continue. Also, I should probably save as well. And then with your orc problem.
Good work, friend. Now, let us consider what else must be done.
Somebody has to follow Rowan and warn him.
It's gonna be me.
And I think I know who. But first show me the casket you told me of.
Here. The Dark Mage gave it to the messenger. It contains plans for an attack.
Let me see. It is closed with a magic seal.
Password.
You won't be able to open it without the password.
Is there any kind of magic that will break it open?
Yes. However, this seal was made by a circle mage, and only a circle mage can break it.
Fantastic.
Then I must bring the casket to Rowan.
Aye. Consider this your first task as a fighter of the Order.
Which route will Rowan take?
You will first go to see Darius, the cartographer in Leonon.
Oh, Leonon.
Darius has long spoken of a threat beyond the pass. This letter will open the gate to Leonon for you. And this runer here may be just as useful for you.
It's gonna be a rune warriors, no?
Ask Darius about Rowan's whereabouts. Look for Rowan and warn him. If the Dark Mage finds him first, then may the gods protect us.
How do I get to Leonon?
Go to the northeasternmost end of the city. There you will find a gate which is guarded by soldiers from the house of Leonie Dar. Give the soldiers my letter. They will open the gate for you. Behind it you will find the portal to Leonon.
Many things to ask, but certainly not many things that I want to care about. I received an item, pass for Yellow Gate 1. The Rune Warrior Cord. Level 1 Rune Warrior Cord, Heavy Combat, Long Blade. will become useful for me. He's absolutely naked, but he can wear some pieces of gear that I don't really much care about. Level 3? Oh, actually, no. He can have these. And if I remember correctly, on Greyfell there are merchants here and there. There's the Lianon Gate over there.
Forwards.
Yeah, and there are merchants over here.
To adventure. Let's go.
A customer. Welcome. Open wide and show me your teeth. There's certainly something wrong with a few of them. Can't you feel this pulling sensation?
Oh boy.
You won't make any money on me. My teeth are just fine, thank you.
I also puncture cataracts. Your eyes look a little
Jesus.
dull to me.
No, thanks again.
Oh well. Sooner or later you'll come crawling to me. Don't wait until it's too late. Otherwise it will all end with your death.
I guess this is meant to be a
I've already
doctor.
died so many times.
What? No, I
What
didn't.
do you mean? Ah, wait. You're a rune warrior, aren't you?
This game is lying.
You might be able to do me a favor. The last time I was in Lianon, a gang of goblins stole a set of my most expensive pliers and tweezers. Should you happen to find them...
I find the idea of goblins pulling one another's teeth out highly interesting, but I will keep an eye out for them.
He's super interested about this. Thank you. So now I have a quest. Let's keep looking.
Forwards.
Nothing here. There's this quest item that I go. Where is it? I guess it's not displayed at all, right? Let's click the sword here. Oh, quest menu. Danard. There's a pass over here. If I find Danard, I can probably give him his eyeglasses. Where's my dude? So at this point, I might as well just have my dude on group 1 and the rest of these guys just hang about somewhere else so that I can actually move faster. Centos the trader. So this guy is in charge of armor. So let's sell a couple of these things that I don't really need much of. So I have some money. Sorasen the merchant sells mind magic. Distract. It includes prefer to attack our units. That's interesting. Illusions. Generate attention. Level 1 and level 3. Shock. Oh, offensive. Never mind. I can't sort them, which is intelligence, more damage. Okay. Mana tap. Enemy mana. Interesting, but that's defensive. 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 Enchantment. Distract. Hypnotize. So enchantment rather has very limited amount of spells. At least so far here from this merchant. Probably has more. This elemental magic from what I can see, yeah. This must be combat, yeah, weapons. That's not that expensive. Could probably get 2 of these maybe if we can stock. But let's continue. Just doing some window shopping. Oh, this one has high level spells. Offensive man magic, life tap, hypnotize. What is this fist? Oh, white magic. Aura of strength. Aura which increases allowing them to cause more damage. And this one has black magic. Drago Blackhead. Aura of weakness. Aura of slow fighting. Skillibone. Life tap. This is necromancy, right? Yeah. poison, pain, slow fighting. Slow fighting. So hopefully I find other merchants that give me more than just these peddly things. So I'm gonna send my guys around the town to explore a bit more, so that I have more sight. But I think this area works as a central hub. There's another merchant over there. Citizen of Greyfell. So I'll have a lot of things to work with. Where's my guy? Did make it or still running? He's still running. It's more expensive armor. Robe of Spheres. +15 condition, 8 white magic. Yeah, this for more expensive dedicated things. Stormbreaker is an artifact, I believe. Ice Helm. Castagir. Yeah, these ones are more impressive weapons. Chaos Axe. 27 gold, Jesus.
Sir, all right. Yes, sir.
Pretty steep prices.
Understood.
Hadid Corporals, yeah. Nothing much here. I already checked this merchant area. It's this Gavar person over here. I'll check on this guy. Wolfgar veteran, there's a merchant over here. Tamara the seamstress. There's Nordia over here. Probably check as well. My illusion's just tagging behind. How are my guys here? Oh, they're still chopping up, deforesting the entire area. My iron resources are also running low. If this were like any other map that I would have to return here. Oh, greetings, friend. I see doesn't have any more quests. Let's check on Gavar.
What? Oh, welcome. Excuse me, I'm very busy.
Okay.
You look more like you're frightened.
What? No, well, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Can I help you?
What? Well, yes.
Tanard.
You see, my master, the sorcerer Tanard, is dissatisfied with me. He is constantly tormenting me with impossible tasks. And now... And now somebody has stolen the master's eyeglasses. I wanted to bring them to be adjusted, and somebody grabbed them right out of my hand.
Okay.
I followed the thief, but he ran into the mountains, to the place where all those horrible creatures make their homes. What can I do now? Master Tanard will kill me.
What a shame.
Please, keep your eyes peeled. Perhaps you'll find the thief. Bring the eyeglasses back to me before the master notices anything. Please?
Sure. Let me reach behind my pocket and be like, oh, I have them right here.
Have you found the eyeglass?
I found the eyeglasses on the thief in the
I
mountains.
found these eyeglasses on a thief in the mountain.
I have a voice actor.
Owner's mercy, these are the ones. Now I can finally... No, I can't. I forgot...
Oh no.
What?
I broke the master's magic quill last week, and in all the excitement, I forgot to get a replacement.
I should think there would be enough merchants in Greyfell.
No. Quills like that are extremely rare. They are only made by the Circle itself and the Talindian Guild.
The Talindian Guild?
No merchant here has anything like that on sale. Believe me, it's very upsetting.
I don't know if I'll run across any quills in the course of my travels, but if I do, I'll try to remember you.
It's probably gonna be Indian.
Yes, please, do that, warrior. Should you come across an unusual quill, then bring it to me. Perhaps you'll be lucky.
Perhaps. So that's one part of the quest done. I'm gonna check on these merchants and see what's going on. At least I got some experience, so that's good. Spells. These are rather expensive spells. Rather expensive spells that I can for sure not afford. This is merchant market that probably has the same amount of stuff in terms of tier. Also covered in shadow, all this stuff. Oh, this one is an important one. This one has the different workers and other heroes. So if I come across a lot of money, this is rather cheap. This is really, really cheap. For a level 17? I mean, level 20? This is very cheap. In comparison, this one has... What is the catch? Oh, it's mind magic. That's the catch. That's the catch. Has some heavy combat and long, but it's more heavily leaning towards light mind magic. Okay, fair. Fair, fair, fair. And with that, I think I will put a save here and leave Lianon for the next stream. Because I have other commitments to attend in a couple of minutes. And I know if I start Lianon, it's going to take a bit longer than an hour or something. With that being said, no, don't wait the game. Thanks, everybody who joined me today. As usual, I like to remind people on the description below on my Twitch channel, there's a link to my YouTube or archive channel. I put all my Twitch archives over there. Please check them out. And if you like this, be incredibly helpful if you follow me here on Twitch. I stream almost every day. I usually stream our strategy games, so I'll be very happy if you follow. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, I'll be very happy. And depending if I can get out of my commitment today fast, I might stream again a little bit later today. But otherwise, I'm going to be catching you all tomorrow. It's going to be a bit more of Spellforce, so hope you like it. Thanks, and have a good one. Bye-bye.